So Amazon is on pace to lose $10 billion this year from Alexa and the other voice devices. Now, we can remember, man, back in 2014 when Alexa became a thing, she was just, Alexa, do this. Alexa, say this. Alexa, say this. It really had a lot of growth in it. But watch this. Amazon has officially become the first company to lose $1 trillion in market value. Alexa was one of the fastest growing products that they had. It is now on pace to lose $10 million this year, which includes Alexa, Echo, and the streaming devices videos. It had $3 billion in operating loss. $3 billion in operating loss. That's not good. But remember, when we went back front, we see Amazon Brain has an operational cash flow of what? Somewhere around $26 billion. But they became the first company to lose $1 trillion. Now, here's my question. I always say this, and people don't believe me when I say this, man. Having the right CEO is the intangible moat. Having a Jeff Bezos, a Bezosa, a Bezosa, a Bezosa, a Bezosa, All right, Tuli, but don't come back up here no more, yeah? All right, so, all right. Right? So having a Jeff Bezos as your CEO is really like a moat. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? It's kind of like Apple, having a Tim Cook as the CEO. Having a Tim Cook as your CEO is kind of like a secret weapon. Georgia. All right, Tudor, don't come up here no more, bro. All right, so let's move on, man. All right, speaking about Elon, speaking about Tesla, right? So check this out. Bezosa with the pesosa. Bezosa. I am not high. I'm high on life, man. Life is good, man. I enjoy doing this, man. Y'all don't even know how much I love Trappin Tuesdays, man. You know what I'm saying? This really be the highlight of my week, man. Outside of just spending time with my daughter, I love this. This is not hard for me to do. I can do this in my sleep, man. All right, so check it out, man. The EV market, we're going to show how Tesla dominates this market. Tesla makes up 67% of this market. 67% of the market, right? Hyundai makes up 8%, Ford makes up 7%, Volkswagen makes up 4.9%, and everybody else makes up 12%. Watch this as we move to this next one. Boom, check this out. Elon has lost $100 billion in net worth this year alone. But he still worth maybe, I think, $100 billion, right? 127, somewhere up in there, right? As Tesla stock goes down, you got to understand something, though. He didn't really lose it in cash. Now, he also took about 54 million to buy Twitter, right? That costed him, right? That cost him, right? And so he's doing things over there with that company that's causing our loss. Let's go to this next slide, right? Boom, let's check this out. He has sold $36 billion in Tesla stock since November. So think about it. If he lost $100 billion, he just took $36 billion from himself to go buy another company. So did he really lose $100 billion? All right, so let's go forward, man. But if we look at Tesla compared to the other companies, You got to ask yourself, what's the storyline? Remember, Tesla always needs a storyline, right? So we got to figure out where the growth at. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats tonight. I apologize for not shouting y'all out. Thank y'all, everybody, for the super chats. They are so appreciated. So as you got to understand that, yes, he is down compared to General Motors and Toyota, but I want you to ask yourself this question. You know, he has the semi-truck coming out. He has some other things coming out. But remember, watch when I go to this slide. I want you to see it, right? So as we go to this next slide, I want you to understand something that over time, if there's a story behind Tesla, when Elon is truly in his bag, this stock runs, right? So like over the last 2 years, before I say something, over the last 2 years, the stock is flat. The last 3 years, the stock is up 665%. The last 5 years, the stock is up 751%. Now watch this. The average Tesla in Q3 sold for $51,000. Now watch this. Revenue is up 579% from 2021. EBITDA, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, is up 167%. And deliveries are up, right? Deliveries are up 45%, right? So what's driving the stock down? It's because people really just don't feel like he's dedicated right now. They feel like he's locked in on Twitter right now, and so that's throwing him off. And it may be, you know, I said something, I wish I would have screenshotted it, but my trap masters know. I said, yo, the stock, because of what he got going on, the stock may go down to 177. Once it went down to 177, I said it'll go down to probably like 160. Just because of his commitment level. You feel what I'm saying? Just because because here's the thing, and I remember I had this problem with Square. I said, it's very hard for a CEO to run two companies on the stock market. It's hard. It is hard. And so it's hard to do that. So I definitely want to see how he just plays this, man. Just want to see how he plays this. It's a lot trying to juggle those two companies. Now, the one thing is he took Twitter off. It's not a public company no more. It's a private company. So that's under his regime, it's going to be private. So that's one thing. But you need some, especially with a company that's ever evolving, that's ever innovative, that's ever growing like Tesla, you need him to be committed. You need him to be locked in because that's, remember, we talked about the CEO being a intangible asset. This stock goes where Elon goes, right? Wherever his focus is where the stock goes, right? Wherever his focus is where his stock goes. Let's go, man. All right, man. So again, energy is lifting the market up. So some people may say, well, Trap, don't you think energy is too high right now? Well, you got to ask yourself, what is the catalyst for energy? Right? So let's look at it. 8 out of 10 energy stocks in the XLE are actually in a bull market. Energy right now makes up 27%, maybe 30% at this point of earnings or profitability in the S&P 500. Right? So energy makes up 30% of the profits in the S&P 500. Right? Earnings growth is still explosive, and the drivers for this industry are still in place. Okay, so what are the drivers then, Trap? Right, what are the drivers that is driving this? So let's talk about it. The war in Ukraine is not over. That is a driver. That is a driver. Right, so when you talk about drive, we talk about what are the storylines that's pushing? Right? Boom. We are now vastly approaching what will be a cold winter, which means what? Energy is needed. But watch this. Roll me over, Dave, roll me over. Boom, watch this. This is a huge driver. OPEC cut energy by 2 million barrels. 2 million barrels a month, they cutting it. Right? Which means there's a supply and demand issue. Anytime there's a supply and demand issue, what happens? There's a storyline that does what? Push forward. I'm going to show you why. A storyline came out Monday that said OPEC is going to add 500,000 barrels a month back to the market. Energy went down. This is why my recession portfolio had to recover. Yesterday, I was down $30,000 because of that storyline. Because if they add 500 barrels to the market, that means there isn't a supply and demand issue anymore. OPEC hurry up and got on TV and said, hey, we ain't say that. Matter of fact, we think about cutting some more. Guess what happened? Boom, storyline, drought, right back up. I recovered all of that back. Storylines become drivers. Storylines become drivers. Yesterday, a story came out that said OPEC will add $500,000, 500 barrels of oil back to the market per month. Energy sector took a bang. OPEC said, we didn't say that. I don't know who in America came up with that storyline, but that ain't us. We ain't add nothing. We just told y'all last week we cutting by 2 million barrels, and you keep playing with me, I'm going to cut more. They said it. And guess what happened? Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. Energy shot back up. Storylines become drivers. There's an energy crisis in Europe, which will also, if you're on the East Coast, you may be affected by this a little bit more. The war in Ukraine is still the thing. California is still having a different type of energy problem. Energy is in a crisis. So when you're having these type of storylines, these are the things that push energy forward. Energy is up 68%. Watch this. It is the only sector in the market that is green year to date. It is the only sector in the market that is up year to date. Today, OIH pushed energy up 4%. It was up 4% today. Now, again, remember I told you I had to recover. Yesterday, I only got 2 options in. I got the XLE and the OIH. Yesterday, OIH lost $18,000 from my option share. I was up 33%. That one storyline took me from up 18% down, down 6%. I said, God damn. Today, it recovered that and is up 8%. Storylines. You can't be emotional in this game. Understand the drivers and how concrete they are. All right, let's go, man. We cooking. All right, so the OG, if you haven't seen his movie, is on, I forgot what it's on, but Carl Icahn, this is one of the OGs, one of the active investors in the game. Yo, he made a killing, yo. This dude has shorted GameStop since $400. That means he went against it. So while everybody, now I'm gonna be real, back in, I want to say when that meme was running, I think I made 32. I remember the internet, try to slay me. I remember they try to, slay me. If y'all been rocking with me for a while, you remember when I put the post up, I said, hey, y'all, while everybody made money on GameStop, I went against GameStop, and I turned maybe 9,000 into 32,000 because I put a put on it, and then I got out. Yo, the internet slayed me. You don't bad trapper. You taking people. How I'm taking your money? Once you put your money in the market, that ain't for you no more. That's for the market. That is for the people. That is for the people. That money ain't for you no more. That is for the people. bet it for the people. Hey, let people try to crucify me. You down bad, Trap. You going against people money. Yo. I said, how I'm taking advantage of the people? That ain't your money no more once you put it in the market. What are you talking at me for? I said, what's the difference between them people? You mad at me? Ooh, ooh. Look at Tootie, y'all. All right, bet. So the people was mad at me. I ain't care though. I took my money and went about my business. You'll get over it. You know what I mean? You get over it. But anyway, Carl has been against this stock since it was at 400. It is now $25. So, of course, we don't know. That's a 75% deal. So here's what I did. I got my research team. Shout out to Micah. Shout out to Q. I was like, yo, we got to put some type of number together to make this make sense. So here's what we said. Let's say he invested because he's a billionaire, so $500 million ain't nothing to him. So if he invested $500 million on a short, as of now, that $500 million would have made him $375 million, including that 4-to-1 stock split that they did. I say, golly. Big bets on a big fall, yo. And here's the thing we got. Once you put your money in the market, yo, it ain't me betting against you. I'm playing the odds on the market. I want all us to win. But here's what happens. You got to treat a gamble like a gamble, treat an investment like an investment. You got to stop going all in on stuff that you don't know about. This is what happens when the internet dictates your investments instead of you letting the data and the information dictate your investments. So $500 million turned to $375 million, including the 4-to-1 stock split. Shout out to Carl Icahn. He's a legend. He said he's going to stay in there. He keep biting off the position, but he's going to stay in there. He's going to ride that thing all the way down to about $9. So it's a good chance he can make another $125 million off that, man. That's crazy. That's optimizing your money, man.